time we come here, where we gain the opportunity to share Guru Nanak Dev Maharaj's Jivan, Guru Nanak Dev Maharaj's life. So growing up, छोटे जो असी हुंदे सी साखियां सुनी दी हुंदियां सीगियां Guru Nanak Dev Maharaj दियां. We used to listen to Sakya of Maharaj, but I think they used to be kind of the standard ones that everyone knew. But Guru Sahib have done so much kirpa on us that they blessed us with this opportunity to go through Guru Nanak Dev Maharaj in so much detail that we learn where Guru Sahib went, who they met, the people they've saved, and the teachings that they're blessing on everyone. I've said this time and time again, ki jado sakhi suni diya, just don't leave it. Don't leave the darbar, don't leave the Gurdwara Sahib just thinking that was a nice sakhi. That was nice to listen to. The art of listening to a story, a sakhi, is to apply that teaching to your life and to try and make your life better. It could be the tiniest thing. So whenever sakhi does come, try your best to take the teaching away. So, going straight into it, with Guru Sahib Ji Kirpa, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going over, recapping last week and continuing Guru Nanak Dev Maharaj Jivan. And then the children will be doing Kirtan, will be doing Simran with all the Sangat. Every week at Friday Night Sikhi, we do have an opportunity to do a Q&A session, a question and answer session. We've also got a link set up, एक link बनाई हुई है, और link दे राਹੀਂ तुसीं सवाल भेज सकदे हो सानूं. तां anonymous रहंदे हो, you stay anonymous, so पता नहीं लगदा किहने सवाल भेजिया है. So we get new questions every week, and then हर एक हफ्ते we have a Q&A session. But आहा शुक्रवार जिहड़ा the first Friday of the month, we've decided to start doing them here at the new Gurdwara, so we can't do the Q&A. However, ek sawal aaya si, and I will be addressing that question in the Sangat at the end. Whether the person that's asked that question is here or not, I'm not sure, but it was a little bit of a worrying question. That's why I thought I'd share it with everyone. So we'll come on to that later. Let's go through Dhan Guru Nanak Dev Maharaj Jivan and see what teaching you can take away from the Sakhi today, and hopefully Maharaj Kirpa Karan you can apply it to your life. So this is recapping from last week. Piछले हफ्ते Guru Nanak Dev Maharaj have gone to Kanchi. Guru Nanak Dev Maharaj Kanchi जांदे ने. And उत्थे जिहड़े जिन्ने भी विद्वान होए ने उत्थे, the scholars, the pandits, उत्थे Guru Sahib जी नाल चर्चा करदे ने, and in the end they all accept Guru Sahib ji as their Guru, and they accept the path of Sikhi. They ask Maharaj, O Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਿੱਖ ਬਣਾਓ. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇਹ ਕੱਟੜ Hindu ਵਿਦਵਾਨ scholars ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਿੱਖ ਬਣਾਓ. Guru Sahib ji ਉੱਥੋਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਚਾਲੇ ਪਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ, they leave from Kanchi. Nearby, ਉੱਥੇ ਨੇੜੇ, there's someone by the name of Gopal Pandit. Gopal Pandit, he gathers loads of vidwans, ਸਾਰੇ ਵਿਦਵਾਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਕਰਦਾ ਆ, and then ਉੱਥੇ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਜਿੱਥੇ Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj ਵਿਰਾਜਮਾਨ ਨੇ, where Guru Sahib ji are. He has a lot of ਹੰਕਾਰ within him though. ਹੰਕਾਰ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, Gopal Pandit ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ. ਉਹ ਆ ਕੇ ਬਹਿ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਕੋਲ. He came and sat beside Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. Guru Sahib ji asked him, how have you come? ਕਿਵੇਂ ਆਏ ਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ? ਫਿਰ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਕਿ I want to do ਚਰਚਾ with you. I want to, ਮੈਂ ਚਰਚਾ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ. I want to have a debate with you. ਹੰਕਾਰ ਨਾਲ ਭਰਿਆ ਪਿਆ. He's got full of ਹੰਕਾਰ. Sangat, if you want to walk in this path of Sikhi, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj say, जो तो प्रेम खिलन का जाओ, सिर तर तली गली में जाओ. So if you want to play this game of love with me, and you walk on this path, come with your head in your hand, meaning give up your mind, give your mind to the Guru, give your mind to Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, and then Maharaj will shower their blessings upon you. But एक गोपाल पंडित जो सी गुरु साहब जी को आया बस यार हंकार हंकार मत भरिया पैसे फुल ऑफ हंकार उथे नेड़े हमारे ने कौतक विखाना है हमारे ने हंकार तोड़ना और ने भाई नेड़े उथे एक there's a dead body of a dog कुत्ते की लाश पे है उथे एक look at how Guru Sahib ji are about to destroy him, destroy his ego. Guru Sahib ji George bhi nahi aa rahe ne. The way Maharaj did things, the things they did were unique. Guru Sahib ji कहते, looking at the dog, कुत्ते वाल देख के Maharaj कहते कुकर उठ, get up to the dog, तेरा जात भाई आ गया, तेरे नाल चर्चा करने लिए आ गया. गोपाल पंडित ने जो सुनिया क्रोध विच आ गया, he got really angry, proper क्रोध, and कहता, how dare you compare me to a dog? You think we're on the same level? Guru Sahib Ji said, you don't even know who this kutta is. तेरे तो पता नहीं है कि कुत्ता है कौन. ये तेरा दादा बिशन दाता. This is your दादा बिशन दाता. This is your grandfather. जो दादा क्या गोपाल पंडित एक बारी हिल गया अंदरों. Can you imagine? He's come with all this hankar. He's a vidwan, scholar. He thinks he knows everything. And says to Guru Sahib Ji, I want to do chapter with you, Maharaj, because look at that dog, that's your granddad. Maharaj made the dog's soul come out, Atma, jiri kutte diya nikal diya. And then the Atma, Bishan Datta, said to his grandson, Pote nu kenda, like you, I used to debate with everyone. Jiਵੇਂ ਤੂੰ ਚਰਚਾ ਕਰਦਾ ਨਾ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ, ਐਦਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਐਦਾਂ ਚਰਚਾ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ. सारे दिन कोल जाके मैं तंग करना उन्होंने. One time I annoyed a महापुरख. मैं एक बार महापुरख को गया तो उन्होंने तंग किया कि चर्चा करने दे नाल. I kept on saying to the महापुरख that I want to have a debate with you. And I said that why are you even a साध if you're not going to do चर्चा? कि तू साध बनिया कहते कि चर्चा नहीं करनी साडे नाल. The महापुरख then said, why are you after me like a dog? कि जब महापुरख वो गुस्से में जाके कहते कुत्तिया वांगू तो मेरे पीछे पीछे भौंकदा है, not leaving me alone. कहता फिर वो महापुरख दे वचन सच होए, then I have to come back as a dog. फिर मैं कुत्ते की जून विच पै के मैं मुड़ के फिर आया. फिर वो आपके पोतरे नूं कहता कि पुत्रा तेरे कर्म चंगे ने, that you're sitting next to the King of Kings, Dhan Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. बिशन दत्त अपने पोते नूं कह रहा है इस वेले गोपाल पंडित नूं कि तेरे कर्म चंगे ने कि तू गुरु नानक देव जी महाराज राजियां दे राजे उन्हां दे कोल तू बैठा है. सो ये इत्थों ये सिੱਖ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਆ. ਐਵੇਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਬਾਗ ਨੇ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਜੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਧੰਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਧੰਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਦੇ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਆ. ਸਾਡੇ ਕਰਮ ਚੰਗੇ ਨੇ. That's why we're sitting here. Otherwise, on a Friday night, we could have been anywhere. Shukrvar, Raat, कितने भी हो सकते थे. We could have been anywhere. But he asked for forgiveness. Gopal Pandit माफी मांगता है. He goes, I will get blessed with mukti. Bishan Datta कहता, I will get blessed with mukti now. मेरे मुक्ति मिलूगी. And कहते थोड़ा भी कल्याण कर देंगे, तेरा भी कल्याण कर देंगे. They'll bless you with mukti as well. Guru Sahib not only blessed Gopal Pandit but everyone that came there. Sare nu bakshta. From Gopal Pandit's lineage, his grandsons, ਉਹਦੇ ਪੋਤਰੇ ਗੋਪਾਲ ਪੰਡਿਤ ਦੇ ਹਰੀ ਲਾਲ ਤਾਂ ਹਰੀ ਕ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਨ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ. ਉਹ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕੋਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ to get saved. They go to Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj to get blessed as well. Guru Sahib Ji saved even more vidwans. What happened next? That's why we left it last week. पिछले हफ्ते इत्थे ही समाप्ति की थी कथा दी. और फिर अगे मारे देखने हैं कि किथे मारे सानू लेके जाते हैं. But before we start the next part of the itihas, let's do Ustad of Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. Let's praise Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj through the Bani of Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, where let's remind ourselves, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj are telling us that I haven't got no knowledge, I haven't got no gyan, mainu kuch nahi pata. Inna zarur pata ki sare naal vadde Dhan Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj are the greatest of the greatest. And in this age of Kaljug, in this dark age that we're living right now, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj can save us. So let's do Ustat of Guru Sahib Ji and let's continue on the Katha. And the reason for doing this Ustat, the reason for doing this Mangalacharna is so we can focus our minds and take that lesson from Maharaj. Gyan Dhyan Kich Karma Na Jana Sar Na Jana Teri Sabte Vadda Satguru Nanak Jin Kal Rakhi Meri Sabte Vadda Satguru Nanak Jin Kal Rakhi Meri. So before starting the next part of our Itihas, Kavi Santokh Singh Ji, who've written this amazing history of ours, they start by praising Vaheguru. अगले इतिहास लिखने तो पहला कवि संतोख सिंह जी उस्तत कर दिया वाहिगुरु दी. They say that Vaheguru is my everything. He's my father, he's my mother, he's my everything. कि Vaheguru मेरे लिए सारा कुछ नहीं. Vaheguru have all the qualities. Guru Angad Dev Ji Maharaj, our second Padshah, are listening to the Katha with Bhai Balaji narrating it. Bhai Balaji, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj के साथी हुए ने. Bhai Balaji, just to remind everyone, especially for those that might have started halfway listening to Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj's Katha, let's remind everyone कि भाई बाला जी एक बारी उन्होंने मन विच एक they had a furna in their mind, they had a thought in their mind that I wonder who is sitting on the gaddi of my Dhan Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. Gaddi te kaun baithe ne hon? Because Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj blessed Bhai Balaji with Santokh with contentment. So Bhai Balaji was sent back home when the travels were happening. Jadoo Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj udasiyan te san, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj ne Bhai Balaji nu Santokh bakhshta si, and then वो चल गए सी मुड़ के वापस तलवंडी ਨੂੰ, back to तलवंडी. And ਉੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਸੰਤੋਖ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰਨਾ Bhai Balaji ਨੇ. So कई साल बीत के Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj left this world, went back to Sachkhand. And then by Balaji the Manavich, they get that thought, I wonder who's on the gaddi of my Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. In Khadur Sahib, Guru Angad Dev Ji Maharaj are sitting on the gaddi. There are Guru Angad Dev Ji Maharaj are sitting there. Only the Manavich bhi furna aaya, they had thought in their mind, Guru Angad Dev Ji Maharaj baithe soch de ki if we could write down Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj's history from before I met them, that would be amazing. Furna Bhai Balaji de Maharaj vich si, furna Guru Angad Dev Ji Maharaj de Maharaj vich si. Bhai Balaji then had this desire, let me go and find out who it is. Talwandi de vich, people were talking and they overheard that the Guru of the sect is Guru Angad Dev Ji Maharaj. And they're at Khadur Sahib. So uthon Khadur Sahib jande ne Bhai Balaji, utte jaake darshan karde Maharaj de. When Guru Angad Dev Ji Maharaj find out who Bhai Balaji are, Bhai Balaji kende ki asi Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj de sathi si. Guru Angad Dev Ji Maharaj usi vele uth ke, they go running to Bhai Balaji, they hug them really tight, they can't stop crying. And they go, you are my Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj sathi, aao ithe baitho stikar de naal. And then Sara kya, Sara ko sanu dasso, tell us everything. And then the Katha started. Guru Angad Dev Ji Maharaj are listening to the Katha while Bhai Balaji narrated. Bhai Beda Mukha Ji, a Gursikh, their duty is to write it all down. O likh rahe ne. The Sangat listening just like this, and that Sangat baithe ne. You have amazing Gursikh sitting in the Sangat listening as well. Baba Buddha Ji or Sangat vich baithe ne, while Bhai Balaji are narrating it. Dhan Guru Amardas Ji Maharaj, our third Padshah as well, they're sitting in the Sangat listening to this Katha as well. Bhai Balaji said to Guru Angad Dev Ji Maharaj, he listen to what's going to happen next Maharaj, ki aage ki hoga Maharaj main thonu dasda hai. Dhan Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj move on from Kanchi and they go to Jagannath Puri in South India. Dhan Guru Nanak Dev Maharaj reached the famous mandir called Jagannath Mandir. Maharaj ਉੱਥੇ ਪਹੁੰਚਦੇ ਨੇ there's a famous mandir ਉੱਥੇ ਮਸ਼ਹੂਰ ਇੱਕ Jagannath ਵਿੱਚ. They sit down to rest outside the mandir. ਉੱਥੇ ਆਰਾਮ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਬਾਹਰ ਬਹਿ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ. Evening fell, the sun was about to set. All the pandits of the area, all the vidwans of the area, जिन्हें भी विद्वान होया, the scholars, they came out of their houses and they reached the mandir. सारे इकट्ठे होके मंदिर पहुंचते ने शाम ਨੂੰ. They all came to do aarti with the thaliyan, घिओ, clarified butter, lighting the dive, thali, sone di. Guru Sahib Ji remained sitting adored. Nothing's affecting them. Uthe baithe ne bahar. Guru Sahib Ji didn't stand or say anything when the aarti started. So aarti shuru karti. They started doing the aarti. And then the vidwans, the pandits, the scholars, all got angry when they saw Guru Sahib Ji sitting. सारे क्रोध ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਗਏ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਵਿਦਵਾਨ ਪੰਡਿਤ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਆਰਤੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਆ ਪਰ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ remain sitting. ਉਹ ਬੈਠੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ. After aarti, they all came to where Guru Sahib Ji were. ਆ ਕੇ ਪੁੱਛਦੇ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਨੂੰ, they asked ਕਿ who are you? ਆਪ ਜੀ ਕੌਣ ਹੋ? And where have you come from? ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਆਏ ਤੁਸੀਂ? You seem like you're ਬੇਸਮਝ. You don't know anything. ਇਵੇਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤੂੰ ਬੇਸਮਝ ਆ, ਤੈਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ. Little do they know who they're talking to. They ਕਹਿੰਦੇ it seems like you don't know anything about this mandir. ਕਿ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਮੰਦਿਰ ਬਾਰੇ ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ. Every person of Jagannath stood for the aarti, but you stayed sitting. ਉਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਜੋ ਆਰਤੀ ਹੋਈ ਜਗਨਨਾਥ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਰੇ ਖੜੇ ਸੀ, but you stayed sitting. And Sangat, this is something to contemplate on. As I was listening to the Katha, mane vich ek vichar aayi. Dhan Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj started in Nirala Panth, a unique and easy one. Our Guru Sahib Ji have taught us not to follow the crowd. एक गल महाराज ने सानू सिखाई आ कि किसी के पीछे नहीं लगना कदे भी. You're going to remain unique in this world and live your life. If you, as a Sikh, as my Sikh, to stand out from the rest and be unique. So we don't follow anyone else in this world. We do remain unique. And our kids, sade bacche, need to fully understand that they were born to stand out. That's the parents' responsibility to teach them that. ਮਾਪਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਮੇਵਾਰੀ ਬਣਦੀ ਆ ਕਿ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਸਿਖਾਓ ਕਿ Maharaj has made you unique. You're made to stand out from the crowd. You're not made to fit in. And look, when they do stand out, look how beautiful they look with their dastara, tole, shastra paaye hoye ne. Look how amazing they look. They look different from all the rest of the kids. And if you teach that from a young age, as they get older, they won't waver. नहीं डोलनगे फिर वो. जे ਅਸੀਂ ਛੋਟੀ ਉਮਰ 'ਚ ਉਹ ਸਿਖਾਈਏ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ. ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਦੀ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਆ, because the day and age that we live in, ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹੋਏ, the summer that we live in right now is getting really bad. We can hear all sorts of cases happening with conversion cases where our bachiyan are getting targeted. Why is it that they're getting targeted, and why is it that they're leaving Sikhi to join another faith? Something to contemplate on, and it's something to take seriously. Because from talking to the saints that deal with cases, is a time most likely is going to come where there will be a battle taking place, an intellectual battle though. And if we don't look after our children, then we're going to see hard times. We're going to see more rises in these cases happening. But it's up to us to teach our kids and to give them that anchor with Guru Sahib Ji's Kirpa, of course, and with Guru Sahib Ji's do Ardasa to Maharaj, Maharaj, you're going to protect them. Ultimately, Maharaj, you're going to protect them. But we can't take it lightly. And the way we do this is to teach them. Sakhiyan sunao ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਹਾਂਪੁਰਖਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਸ਼ਹੀਦ ਸਿੰਘਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਸਿੰਘਣੀਆਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖs, great Gursikhs. Tell them our rich history. Tell them about our great history, and they won't waver. The Vidwans, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵਿਦਵਾਨ ਸੀ, they said to Maharaj, you have no prem or fear of this place. ਕੋਈ ਡਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਅਸਥਾਨ ਦਾ, ਜਗਨਨਾਥਪੁਰੀ. You didn't join in when the aarti was happening. Guru Sahib Ji then said, Guru Nanak Dev Maharaj ਕਹਿੰਦੇ, Vaheguru is to be worshipped all the time. We worship him 24/7. We worship them 24/7. Vaheguru is the greatest. They are worthy of worship. Vaheguru is so great. Vaheguru ede bade ne, but you're doing puja with a small thali and just with a few dive. Or you doing aarti, or you doing makhol. Look at that, Maharaj fearless. ਕੋਈ ਡਰ ਨਹੀਂ. ਇਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਵਿਦਵਾਨ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਆ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਨੂੰ, they surround Maharaj and they said, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਖੜੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਰਤੀ ਵਿੱਚ. ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਰਤੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ, ਮਖੌਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ. And on top of that, your minds are wondering while doing aarti as well. ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਮਨ ਟਿਕਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਆਰਤੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ. Then how will you get full fat for it? Hearing this, the Vidwans then said, the aarti that you're referring to, what is that aarti? ਉਹ ਆਰਤੀ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਆ ਫਿਰ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ? And then Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj Uchar Bani hai on Ang 663 in Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj in Chasri Mahalla Pehla Aarti Ik Oankar Satgur Prasad. So Guru Sahib Ji start the Bani off by saying Ik Oankar, that there's only one Vaheguru, and you realize that one Vaheguru, Satgur Prasad, through the kirpa of the true Guru. Maharaj ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਗਗਨ ਮੈਂ ਠਾਲ ਰਬ ਚੰਦ ਦੀਪ ਗਬਣੇ, that the sky is the thali, ਤਾਰਕਾ ਮੰਡਲ ਜਨਕ ਮੋਤੀ. The sky is the thali, the sun and the moon are the lamps, the stars are the pearls. ਧੂਪ ਮਲ ਆਨ ਲੋ ਪਵਨ ਜਗਰੋ ਕਰੇ, ਸਗਲ ਬਰਾਈ ਫੂਲੰਤ ਜੋਤੀ. That the mountains are the sandalwood, the wind is doing chor over on Vaheguru, all the plants and flowers are worshipping Vaheguru. Kaisi aarti hoye pavkhandana teri aarti. Hey vidwano, Maharaj kehinde, what kind of aarti is your aarti? Jeh tusi aarti kar rahe ho, ya kehte ho aarti hai. Do aarti of that destroyer of faith, pavkhandana teri aarti. Dhan Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj continuing and telling the Vidwans, hey Vidwano, this is the type of aarti we should be doing while controlling our minds. Maharaj ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕੈਸੀ ਆਰਤੀ ਹੋਏ ਪਖੰਡਨਾ ਤੇਰੀ ਆਰਤੀ ਅਨਹਤਾ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਵਾਜੰਤ ਭੇਰੀ ਰਹਾਓ. So hey Maharaj ਕਹਿੰਦੇ that the sound of the shabd is the sounding of the drums. And then Maharaj described Vaheguru here. Maharaj ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸਹਿਸ ਤਬ ਨੈਣ ਨਨ ਨੈਣ ਹੈ ਤੋਹਿ ਕਉ, ਸਹਿਸ ਮੂਰਤ ਨਨ ਏਕ ਤੋਹੀ. Maharaj ਕਹਿੰਦੇ you have thousands of eyes, ਸਹਿਸ ਤਬ ਨੈਣ, ਨੈਣ are eyes, you got thousands of the eyes, ਨਨ ਨੈਣ ਹੈ ਤੋਹਿ ਕਉ, yet you have no eyes. ਇਹ ਹੈ ਸਰਗੁਣ ਸਰੂਪ and ਨਿਰਗੁਣ ਸਰੂਪ of Vaheguru. Sargam Sarup is something that you can see where Maharaj take on a form. Nirgun Sarup is formless, without a form. Maharaj can say you have thousands of eyes, yet you have no eyes. Thousands are your forms, and yet you have not even one form. Sahas pada bevada nan ek pada. Gandha ben sahas tav gandh eva jalta mohi. Now thousands are your lotus charma, and yet you have no feet. Maharaj, without your nose, but thousands of your noses. I am enchanted with your play. Did you khed Maharaj ne rachai hui hai saj? सब में जोत जोत है सोए महाराज कहते that जोत is within everyone this का चानन सब में चानन होए that चानन that light shines within everyone but how can that light shine महाराज कहते that चानन that's within everyone how can it shine and this is really important महाराज कहते गुर साखी जोत प्रगट होए सो गुर साखी गुरु दी साखियां नाल जोत प्रगट होंदी है so guru साहब दी साखियां नाल सिक्ख्या नाल so when I said at the beginning when we learn when we hear sakhya we're not just listening to a sakhya but we're taking the sikkha with us so listening to guru sahib's teachings jot pragat hundi hai fir that jot that's within everyone starts shining bright. Why is it that when you get sangat of great Mahapurukhs, particularly at Gursikhs, when you sit next to them, you can feel the vibrations. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਚਿਹਰੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਵੱਖਰੀ ਨਿਰਾਲੀ ਜੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ. Their faces are radiant. That's because that jot pragat ho gaya, that jot is shining. Because they've taken on the teachings of the Gur Sakhi. महाराज कहते जोत इस भाव है सो आरती होए that whatever pleases you Maharaj that is the true worship ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਅਸਲ ਆਰਤੀ ਆ whatever pleases you ਹਰ ਚਰਨ ਕਮਲ ਮਕਰੰਦ ਲੋਭਿਤ ਮਨੋ ਅਨੰਦਨੋ ਮੋਹਿ ਆਹੀ ਪਿਆਸਾ महाराज कहते that my soul ਜੋ ਮੇਰੀ ਆਤਮਾ ਆ is enticed by the honey sweet lotus charan of yours and महाराज कहते Anandino mohe ahi pyasa. So beautiful, Maharaj was saying that night and day I thirst for him. Din raat main Maharaj thode bare sochda hai. How often do we think of Maharaj? Again, this is something to take away, right? Sochna you can ask yourselves how much do Maharaj kehte the din raat Vaheguru bare sochna. Asi kinna sochde hain Maharaj bare. Throughout the day of your 24 hours of your day how long do we spend where we remember Vaheguru? That could be in the form of doing Simran, that could be in the form of reading Bani, doing Mool Mantra, listening to Kirtan, while you're in the car, listening to Kirtan or doing Simran, coming to the Gurdwara. Maharaj has made such an amazing path for us, such an easy path for us. But if you want to take something away from today's Friday night Sikhi is this. Think about how often do you spend throughout the day remembering Vaheguru. When Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj was saying, Din raat asi thanu chete karde hain. I thirst for them. Pyas lagi hui hai. Maharaj then end this Bani with Kripa jal deh nanak sarango hoye jate tera naam vasa. That thirsty sarang, papiha is a bird, thirsty songbird, Maharaj blesses with that kripa jal, that with the water of your mercy, that you come and dwell within my mind, that you come into my mind. Maharaj कहते hey Vidwano, this is the type of aarti we should be doing while controlling your mind, while controlling your man nu control karna hai asin, because your mind will travel at 100 miles per hour, left, right, center. It's designed that way, it's supposed to, but it's down to you to control your mind. It's going to get distracted. Hearing the bachan of Dhan Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, jinne bhi vidwan se uthe, all the pandits nihal ho jande, they become peaceful. But why wouldn't you? When the true Guru, the perfect Guru is speaking, why did they get that peace? And why don't we, when we listen to Bani, why don't we get that peace? Sade man vich shanti ho kaate nahi hondi jo ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਸ਼ਾਂਤੀ ਆਈ ਹੈ. The simple answer is that we aren't listening to it. ਅਸੀਂ ਸੁਣਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੇ ਬਾਣੀ ਨੂੰ. We get so distracted. A person like me who's doing part but will still be on the phone or is thinking about other dunyavi things, worldly things. ਕਿ ਕੰਮ ਹੁਣ ਕਰਨਾ ਆ, ਕੰਮ ਇੰਨੇ ਘੰਟੇ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ, ਇੰਨੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਬਣਨਗੇ. ਨਿਆਣੇ tension, school ਦੀ tension, ਕੰਮ ਦਾ, family matters, all that, everything, so many distractions in life and then we forget to actually listen to what truly matters. And Maharaj has given us such a simple path, such a simple thing to do. Suniya manya man rakhiya pao. Maharaj has said that just listen, just contemplate on it, and just have prem within your mind. Them three things, that's all we have to do. Ki sun ke, man vich prem rakh ke, live your life. But that's why Guru Sahib have done rahmat on us, and they've blessed us with Amrit Vela, where there are no distractions. If you can get up at Amrit Vela in the early hours of the morning, when there are no distractions, time Amrit Vela Maharaj ne banaya, that Vela jehda swer da hunda hai, us vele there's no distractions. You can focus on Simran, because in that moment, even if you focus for 20 seconds compared to if you wake up late and you got that 20 second oda follow is jada, then you getting distracted and not doing it properly. But then Guru Sahib have done even more kirpa on us. We haven't got any excuses. Maharaj ne ਹੋਰ भी kirpa ਕੀਤੀ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ ਸਾਡੇ ਤੇ, when they blessed it with Baniya like Sukhmani Sahib. When Gursikh asked Maharaj, Maharaj, Kristi Jeevan which on a worldly level, we live in this world, we have to work, kamai karni pendi, sara ko karna penda, we don't get time to listen to Bani or do Bani. Maharaj kirpa karo sade the. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj blessed them with Sukhmani Sahib, where you get the blessing for the whole 24 hours of the day if you do one Sukhmani Sahib part. Maharaj go even a step further. Gursikh did benti to Guru Har Gobind Ji Maharaj. Maharaj ne bhi benti ki thi ki Maharaj sama nahi milta Bani paran da Kristi Jeevan, we're living in a household looking after our family, kids. It's hard. Maharaj kehte Shabd Hazare fir pad lo. Whenever you read Shabd Hazare, you'll get the fal of doing 1,000 Shabds. Continuing on, the Vidwans of Jagannath Puri, after they hear this Aarti from Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, they all bow to our perfect Guru Sahib Ji, Dhan Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. They all say that Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj are Puran, that perfect Mahapurkh. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj are perfect, and everything they have said is true. Guru Sahib Ji stayed here for 2 days. And after 2 days, in the morning they leave this place after saving everyone from the pakhand that they were doing. Rituals. Then Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj reached the sea after walking for a while. If you go on Google Maps, I did this when I was listening to the Katha out of curiosity. I typed in Jagannath Puri and the mandir comes up. You can see bird's eye view. And I just zoomed out a little bit and then you can see the sea as well. So it makes sense. So Maharaj reached the sea. This is Samundara. Samundra ke kinare jaake beh jande on the banks of the sea. The waves are big, they're going up and down. Guru Sahib sat down on the banks, and then Bhai Mardana Ji then starts singing in the evening while playing the rubab. Can you imagine that scene? While the sun's setting. That would be such a beautiful scene. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, Bhai Balaji, Bhai Mardana Ji are playing the rubab while singing in their beautiful voice. Uchi uchi gaunde while the sun's setting. The Raja of this area, Jagannath, meets Guru Sahib Ji. He hears of Guru Sahib Ji and he comes to meet Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. And he also accepts that Sikhi is the true path. The Raja did a benti to Maharaj saying, Maharaj, the water of this area is very bitter. Bahut khara hai pani ithe da, kirpa karo. Guru Sahib Ji then said, dig a certain area. Utthe fir Maharaj ne body banwai. They got a body made a well. And then the water became very sweet. You can still go there now. Utthe aje bhi utthe ja sakde ha. Utthe jehda pani Maharaj ne utthe pragat kita, the water is very sweet, bahut mitha pani hai. Guru Sahib Ji did many courses there, performed many miracles. So Bhai Mardana Ji are singing loudly while playing the rubab. Near the sea, dur kete utthe niga vich, in the distance there's a dead body nearby. Utthe ek laash pei hai. And from the jungle nearby, a wolf comes out. Bagyar kaunda hai baar jungle chon. He comes out to come and eat that dead body. The wolf was very hungry. बहुत भूख लगी हुई है. He smelled the hands and feet of the dead body, getting ready to eat it. But when the wolf heard the kirtan by Mardana ji, he heard the kirtan and stopped and didn't eat the dead body. He sat down and listened to all of the kirtan, then turned back into the jungle. So if you think these things happened back then, if you read the Jeevani of Baba Nand Singh Ji, Nanak Sar Wale, Kalera Wale, Baba Nand Singh Ji used to be in the jungle when they used to do kirtan. All the animals used to come and sit around Baba Nand Singh Ji to listen to the kirtan happening. The wolf turns back into the jungle. After a bit, after a while passes, it comes out again and smells the body again, but went back into the jungle again. Bhai Mardana ji asked Guru Sahib Ji, Maharaj, why didn't the wolf eat the body? It smells it and it goes back into the jungle. और जंगल में मर के फेर चल जाता है. महाराज आप ही तो अंतर्जामी हो. Maharaj, you're all knowing. Tell us, why did the wolf do this? Why did the wolf not eat the body? Sangaji, to find out, we're going to have to wait till next week. अगले हफ्ते पता लगूगा कि बगैर जिहड़ा सीगा the wolf और जिहड़ा लाश सीगी ਉਹਨੂੰ ਖਾਂਦਾ ਕਾਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ. So समाप्ति कथा ਦੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ. If I made any mistakes, Sangaji, please forgive me. I'm just learning like everyone else is learning. We'll continue that next week. Next week it will be